What they do, man. What's up, all my homies out there, man? You know, I'm one of the homies, man, for all homies. You know, I'm representing all the homies, bro. The ones that like to get that money. The ones that like to get that money. Now, if you out here dropping bodies on a regular, man, I can't help you. Because when them people come get you, man, they going to hit you with the dope and the bodies. And a lot of time, that be a life sentence. I'm just putting you out there, you know, so you'll understand what's going on. But also, man, if you like this content, hit like, hit subscribe. Don't hesitate, man. Share these videos. And remember, if you got a loved one in prison, don't hesitate to send them a copy of Street Elements magazine. We are the #1 magazine publication in state and federal prison, hands down. No, ain't no competition. Believe that. This magazine been to every federal prison in the United States of America. Oops, man, this my whatchamacallit. This is my proof. This is my proof right here. Cannot lose this proof. This is how you get the magazine. When you get a proof, they give you one of these. See? They give you the proof first. So you can look at the proof. And if you approve the proof, then they go ahead and print this up for you. Right? We got this one right here. With that Bobby Fish scale. So once again, you got a partner in prison, a son in prison, a cousin in prison, anybody in prison, send them a copy of Street Elements magazine. For real. We got them babies enough. I mean, they got to have that content in them, man. They like that. You know? We got a lot of good information in them. But what I'm hearing about today, man, from what I've been hearing on the news about this guy, Melly, I'm gonna let y'all hear what's going on.
There's new felony charges filed against South Florida rapper YNW Melly just as his second double murder trial is getting underway. Charges allege the rapper and 2 others tampered with a witness while the first murder trial unfolded, as you remember, earlier this year. Marissa Bagg joins us live in the courthouse where jury selection for this second trial is ongoing. Hey there, Marissa.
Hey, ladies, and yeah, we'll start with what's happening right now. About 100 people in a courtroom on the 4th floor right now as this jury selection process gets underway. The judge explaining to them some of the real basic parts of this murder case and how they could end up on the jury for this case. But right now, one thing that we're seeing inside of the courtroom, YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demmons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months. Again,
all right, for one, you don't want to put yourself in a situation like this. I done been on them. A lot of other people done been on them. But this is a serious situation, man. Because if he's found guilty, he get a life sentence, and he may spend 30 years just to get out of prison, 15 years just to get back out of prison. So you never know. I mean, you may go in there and find a technicality, but they done already got the time about you. Just say, for instance, you catch a 20-year bid, and you have to do 20 years, right? Say if you were just making $15 an hour, small time money, $15 an hour. Don't you know in 20 years you would have made $468,000 in gross revenue? I want to ask yourself this question. Do you think what he did at that time, or what a lot of people did at that time, was worth that type of money? Basically, you catch 15 years for 5 minutes. You catch 20 years for shooting your homeboy and getting caught with a gun or whatever. And you catch 20 years, 30 years for just being out here in the streets fucking around. You lose $500,000 and your time out here in the free world. Now, you mean to tell me that shit worth it? That shit ain't worth it. When you add that shit up, if you a money getter, if you buy money, you add that shit up. Ain't nothing in the streets you doing right now today is worth $500,000 for you to goddamn throw your life away. Keep listening.
And as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new jury. And then this other development that happened overnight, the state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal gang, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a 2-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. Now, Demmons is accused of killing killing 2 friends in 2018 and staging a drive-by shooting to try to cover up the crime. Investigators allege that he was tampering with witnesses while his first murder trial was going on from April to July of this year. That trial ended in a mistrial back on July 22nd. So jury selection for this second trial underway now, could go on for several, first time in months.
All right. Y'all heard him. Some of them charges carry a life sentence. I'm pretty sure this guy don't want to be in prison for the rest of his life. I'm pretty sure his mom don't want to have to visit her son in prison for the rest of his life. Come on, man. This shit ain't worth it, dog. You mean to tell me right now, his position, he's making all this money in the streets from music. You mean to tell me them 2 dudes that supposedly, that you put away in the ground, supposedly, I can't say he did it or not, was worth that? Worth you going to prison for a life sentence, doing the rest of your life in prison, or maybe 30 years before you get back on appeal and get out? Leaving your mom out here, leaving everybody out here to try to fend for themselves while you in there with them animals. It ain't worth it, dog. If you out in the streets, dog, that shit ain't worth it. Add that shit up, man. You'll make more money with a job, man, bullshitting around. Just think about it. The average dude in the streets. The average dude in the streets, man, selling work, doing whatever you're doing, man, you might have a 5-year run. You might only have a 5-year run. It seems like it'd be a long time, and that'd be about 5 years you raw and balling before them people come knock on your door, bro. Just think about it. Think about all the big boys that you know, how long their run really was. 5 years, 10 years. Then people come get them. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it, man. When you think about that shit and add that shit up, numbers-wise, what you could be doing out here compared to a 5-year run in the streets just to get a little run for about 5 years to have a little fame, you end up losing so much more. So much more, bro. For real. So that's why I try and educate you guys to let you guys know, man, this shit it ain't worth it, man. That shit for the birds, dog. I know some of y'all gonna do what you want to do. And listen, I don't block no man to doing what he got to do. I'm just letting you know, if you got you some cheese, you got you a significant amount of money, man, get out the way, let the other guys have it, dog. Let them have it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You go to prison for 20 years, you lost $500,000. Just working a 9 to 5. I mean, you ain't gonna be super rich, but you at least you'll be free. You won't be singing count time, chow time, master roster count, 5-minute move, census count, fall count. You won't hit none of that shit. Lock it down. Cuff up. Go to the rec for the search unit. Come on, man. You don't want to go through that shit, dog. Ain't nothing good about that shit, my nigga. Only thing good in that you can get in shape. Read you some books. Come out a little bit more educated than you was when you went in. But guess what? During that time, you done lost a whole bunch of time and money. And then maybe you even lose some family members out here. Your mama. What if you lose your mama because you're doing a 15, 20-year bid? Because you want to be out here in the streets fucking around. What if you lose her while you in there doing that 15, 20-year bid, 30-year bid, out life sentence, and you can't even go to her funeral? That shit ain't worth it, my nigga. No, that shit ain't worth it. If you got you some paper, you got your $200,000-300,000, man, get the fuck out the way, dog. For real. Get out the way, man. Because you know they gonna tell on you. You know they gonna tell on you. You know if your name ringing in the city, they know you. Just remember that. So that's all this was about, man. Just to give you guys some more information, man. That shit ain't worth it, dog. You know, if you got you some paper, make you some proper investments. Do what I told you to do with that paper. Invest in some property. That's the only way I consider burying your money, buying some property. Don't get no money and go bury it in the ground. Now go buy your piece of real estate. Now you putting your money in the dirt. That's the proper thing to do. Make it happen or you capping.